Hello friends, myself Dr. Pintu N. Pastagya, Assistant Professor in Sri J.B. Dharukawada Mahila Arts College, BCom, English Medium, Additional Division, Self-Finance for Women, Surat. First, I start my session. I would like to say a few words about the KT Research Guidance Bureau. KT Research Guidance Bureau is helpful to research students, master degree students and those completed their GSET and NET exam and competitive exam. So it's my humble request to subscribe the channel, give your suggestion and favor the bureau. Today I share my knowledge or my views regarding branch accounts. In this session we covered basic introduction of branch account, then meaning of branch, then we covered objectives of branch account, then types of branches, then method of writing accounts of dependent branches, branch selling goods for cash only, branches selling goods both for cash as well as on credit, and branches supplied goods at invoice price, and next stock and debtor system. There are two ways in which a retailer can expand his business. He can either add a new department in the same shop that he running, or he may start an additional shop in new area selling the same line of goods. The additional shops so opened by a retailer in a different part of a city or a country or even in other countries are known as branch. The importance of such branches from the viewpoint of accounts arises from the fact that the accounts of each branch must be separately kept by the head office in order to ascertain profit or loss of each branch. This would help management to know which branch is incurring losses and whether it is possible to remedy the situation by taking corrective measures or should it be closed down. After all, the aim of opening branches is to add the profit of the business, and if fails to do so, it is better to close down the branch. Thus, branch accounts serve as a guide to the management. Now to move on, meaning of branch. As we discussed earlier, many times a trading company does not operate business from one place only, but open shops in different countries or cities or in a different locality of the same city. These shops are known as branches. Thus, the shops run at a different places under the single ownership and management are known as branches. For example, shops of Bata Company, then Jivraj Nicha. Now to move on. Objectives of branch account. First objectives. It is necessary to maintain branch accounts in order to know the profit or loss made by the branch. Second objectives. The management is able to decide from the accounts of a branch which is making losses whether it is possible to take step to make it profitable or whether it will have to be closed down. Third objectives. Keeping accounts of branch helps in controlling the branch activities. Fourth objectives. The head office is able to know exact requirement of branch about the goods or cash and the necessary arrangement can be made. Fifth objectives. It is possible to evaluate the progress and performance of branch. And sixth one, branch accounts provide important data to the management for taking policy decision. Now to move on, the types of branches. There are three types of branches. First one is dependent branch, second one is independent branch, and third one is foreign branch. In our FY BCom syllabus, there is only prepared accounts for dependent branch. So we discussed only dependent branch. What is dependent branch? When head office control the working of a branch elaborately, the branch does not maintain independent book of accounts. Certain books of recording, sales, cash receipt and payment etc. are kept by the branch, but not the complete sets of books of accounts. The head office will maintain separate accounts of all such branches, and they may be called dependent branch for convenience of studying their accounting. To move on, features of dependent branch. First, they sell goods supplied by the head office only. They are not allowed to make purchases in the open market and accept small local purchases. Second features, the head office supplies goods to branches either at a cost price or at loaded price. Loaded price means invoice price. Invoice price means after adding a certain percentage of profit on cost. Third features, the regular expenses of such branches like rent, rate, taxes, insurance, salary, printing and stationery etc. are paid by the head office only. Fourth features, the branch is allowed to keep some petty cash to meet the petty expenses like cartage, postage etc. Fifth features, it has to deposit all the cash received either from cash sales or from debtors, means collection from debtors, on account of credit sales to credit of the bank account open in the name of head office. Next, branches are normally allowed to sell goods on cash basis, but sometimes they are permitted to make credit sales also. Next, they do not keep independent books of accounts. The head office maintains accounts of such branches. The branch keeps accounts like cash book, debtors ledgers and also some memorandum registered. So these are the features of dependent branch. To move on, methods of writing accounts of dependent branches. The dependent branches are those which do not perform any accounting work, but in the same is done by the head office. For the convenience of studying branch account, such branches can be divided into three types. First, branch selling goods for cash only, the goods being supplied by head office. Second, branch selling goods for cash as well as on credit. Third, branch which is supplied good at invoice price after adding a fixed percentage of profit to the cost. In both the above cases, the goods are supplied by the head office at cost price only. So head office maintain accounts of branch at cost price only. The system of bookkeeping adopted by the head office in all above cases depends upon the size of the branch, the number of branches, degree of control by the head office, etc. There are two methods of keeping branch accounts by head office. First one is debtor system and second one is stock and debtor system. Besides, there are two other methods, final account system and wholesale system. In our FY BCom syllabus, there are three methods, debtor system, stock and debtor system and final account system. Under this stock and debtor system, each branch is treated as a debtor of head office and separate account for each branch is opened. like personal account. The rule debit the receivers and credit the givers applies to it. So, goods supplied and expenses paid are debited to the branch. Likewise, any amount received from the branch is credited to the particular branch account. Under the stock and debtor system, the head office does not open only branch account, but the same time split up into many accounts. Generally, following accounts are opened for each branch: branch stock account, branch debtors account, branch expenses account, etc., etc., etc. In final account system, for each branch, branch trading account and branch profit and loss account are open. Branch account is open along with it, but it is only a personal account and shows what amount is due by the branch to the head office only. In this session, we covered basic introduction of branch, meaning of branch, types of branch, and how to prepare branch accounts. I hope you enjoy this session. So please subscribe the KT Research Guidance Bureau channel, give your suggestions and favor the bureau. Thank you so much.